Welcome everyone from bodyslam.net with another exclusive interview with the one and only Ref Rach. How are we doing?
Hey, thanks. I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. I was just looking obviously at your thing. I mean, you've been in quite a lot of promotions, let's be honest.
Yeah, look, the best way to get reps as a rep is to go out there and actually do it. So it's the deep end or nothing, right?
I mean, one breezy straight to the point. I love it.
Yeah.
Definitely. This is only my second ever ref of interviewing. Liam, you've
Yeah.
done quite a lot, so
Yeah.
I want to let you kick this one off.
I mean, where do you begin? I mean, what obviously made you want to get into the refereeing side? Because some people want to be a wrestler, some people's like want to do this. Where did it all start?
Well, I'll be completely transparent here. The fact that I feel like I could never be a wrestler. They do absolutely incredible things, and they also put their body through a lot. Maybe I'm just a bit of a wuss. But my partner, pulling back the curtain a little bit, my partner is a wrestler, and they had been wrestling for quite a number of years. And I was always the very supportive drunk fan in the crowd. And I was the perfect plant because I would cheer and boo and do whatever everyone needed me to do to make sure that the show was going really well. And I just loved it. I just loved professional wrestling. I loved enjoying like being at live shows. And then we had a company in Rockhampton, Wrestling Allegiance Rockhampton, start up, and the people who started that company came to me because they knew my partner would be wrestling, and I would travel all the way to Rockhampton, which at that time was about an 8-hour drive. And they went, "Oh, actually, we really need referees. Do you think you could do it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's probably better than me drinking most of the day or just not doing anything most of the day. So yeah, I can count. I can count to 3." And then I got in and panicked. It was probably the worst thing I've ever done. My first matches are absolutely terrible, and I think from there I just kind of went, wow, like I want to be really good at this. I want to be the best I can be at this. And I just stayed with Rockhampton for probably about a year, and we were traveling about 8 hours for every show once a month. And then we were located in Newcastle, so that's just outside of Sydney here in Australia. And the company in Newcastle here has a female referee Hannah. She's one of like my favorite people of all time. I went to a Newcastle show. I saw her and I was like, I want to be in there too. I want to be with Newcastle Pro. So then we started training with them, and her and I are now really good friends. And it just kind of spiraled from there of me going, I want to be better. I want to be the best I can at this. And now I'm sort of reaching out to any promotion I can, especially within Australia, to work and get better and work with different talent in Australia, as they're so good. But as for me, with wrestling compared to reffing, I always was like, there's such a skill to reffing that unless you do it, you don't know what it is. It's kind of like a magician. It's like people always will just go, oh, anyone can jump in and do it, which is, yeah, they can. But to do it well, you have to actually understand the different nuances of a match and psychology and timing. And I really appreciate that. So I love helping the people in the ring that are doing so much tell their story even better by just adding anything I can to help make it better.
Okay. So, what is some secrets to being a referee that we wouldn't know about?
Well, you maybe do. You guys are really good fans. And like your experience in wrestling as well, I 100% bet you do know. But some things that I've learned is like the communication with wrestlers or between wrestlers in a match and how to do that seamlessly without anyone seeing. Communication of time cues, especially most Australian promotions don't use in-ear pieces. So that'll be off my watch. The communication of upcoming spots or production cues as well. So knowing if something's changed in the back when you come out and the wrestlers haven't had a chance to know, is getting time to tell them during a match too. And then also, this is actually one that my Chioda taught me about is saying kick when it's a near fall, that maybe you guys have seen or haven't seen before. But if you're counting and you're super close and it's meant to be like the closest near fall of the match, they're yelling kick or they're saying kick to the wrestler. If especially I've had really privileged to work with a lot of wrestlers again and again, being that we're a smaller wrestling community in Australia. is that wrestlers I've worked with a lot will know it. So, which gets scary because then they stop looking at me. So I listen. I'm like, hope you kick. So that's something that maybe a lot of people don't know as well. And then also knowing to take cues from wrestlers of when they're cheating behind your back, especially in things like tag team matches and things like that too. Positioning is important, of like when you're getting distracted to turn your back around the right way with the right time without looking silly. And positioning on counts too, if there's some cheating, turning myself around so I don't see it behind me, or if the feet on the ropes, that type of thing. So these little nuances that like no one thinks about in wrestling until you're in there doing it.
Awesome.
Okay, so obviously I've spoken to obviously many referees, obviously one Breezy alluded to, and the one thing that comes up a lot is first aid and CPR. Everyone,
Yeah.
I feel like every ref should obviously be, training that way. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I think everyone in a wrestling show should have some sort of first aid knowledge, albeit may not full training, but at least understand, hey, I'm going to do things with my body that could end up with me getting hurt. How can I take care of myself or take care of someone else in the ring with me as well? Like I've got my CPR and first aid training. I've done concussion training as well. And any sort of like sports injury training I try and do just to make sure that I can be the first sort of responder in that sense that there is an injury. Because I want to make sure everyone that steps in the ring with me feels safe. That's the first job I have in all lessons. It's great to tell a story, but it's also the best to keep people safe.
You mentioned Mike Chioda.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that experience and what's some of the biggest things you have learned from him, and like how would you say he's impacted you to go from when you went in America all the way to bring it to Australia?
Yeah. Chioda's fantastic. He's so cool. And like getting to meet him just was pure impulsivity on my end, because my partner had traveled to Japan. He did a 2-week tour and I was stuck at home, and I was like, well, this sucks. Like, I am so bored. I want to get out. I want to travel, but maybe I can't because I'm a this is just how it is. It's wrestling. And then I downloaded Twitter because while he was in Japan, he had heaps of stuff go up on Twitter. And I was like, this is so cool. I get to see him do all this amazing things. And I just so happened to see a Mike Chioda seminar in Orlando. And I was like, I'm going. So I booked my flights, and he came home, and I told him, I was like, hey, I'm going to America in like 2 weeks. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I found this seminar. It's a 2-day seminar. It's with Mike Chioda. Like, he's one of the best in the biz. I have to do something. I have to learn. I have to get better. And I just went. I did, how they always warn you, don't meet anyone online and don't just go. And I went by myself to America 2 weeks and went, I'm just going to learn. I want to train. I want to do whatever I can. But it was one of the best experiences. He was fantastic. There was like a group of probably 8 to 10 of us over the 2 days. And we had the NXT, current roster NXT referees show up as well. And they ran us through a heap of like little drills and things about positioning, timing, just getting things with like your count, extending your counts, slowing them down. Chioda was great about intensity and matching the intensity of your other wrestlers in the ring. So building up, like when you're yelling at them, how fast your counts are, that type of thing, and sort of explaining psychology around a match. He was fantastic with that. And he has stories for days. So
yeah, 35 years in the business, quite a long time, eh?
Absolutely.
So talk about obviously your regular match reviews with Ref Jess. How did that all come about?
Oh, yeah. Jess is incredible. She is one of my favorite humans. And like, she's not just a referee that reviews my matches in the top of her career. I consider her a friend now. She's a personal trainer. That's what she loves and does on the side of refereeing as well. It's Sprink Life Nutrition Coaching. I honestly saw her nutrition sort of page put out a thing being like, oh, hey, like, want to get better at your nutrition, reach out. And I just so happened to fill it out and be like, I'm a referee. I'm based in Australia. I'd love to like get fitter, get better. Because I had a show here in Australia ran by Mickey James, which maybe we'll talk about a bit later, but had that show ran by Mickey James, and I went, I need to be in better shape. And since then, I've lost like maybe over 20 kilos, and I feel so much better. But that's how my regular match reviews came to sort of pass with Jess, is that I reached out and went, oh, yep, I'm a referee. I want to get better with my nutrition and coaching and training and in the gym and all that type of stuff. And she was literally like, hey, let's do a Google call. And I was like, this came through to my phone at like midnight. And I was like, this is fake. Like, this is not real. So I told my partner, I was like, okay, I'm getting up at 6 a.m. and I'm gonna talk to Ref Jess. I don't know, this is not real. And I opened it and it was her, and I was like, oh shit, like it's incredible. But she's been coaching me, and sort of between, we do like probably fortnightly calls, really dependent on her schedule. She's obviously super busy and travels a lot. But we'll do like a fortnightly call where maybe I'll pick like a match every couple of weeks, and I go, hey, there was this match, I think I did really well, but are there things that I can improve on? Or I'll go, hey, there's this match that things went not great. How can I be better at it? And she'll be like, yep, perfect, sounds good. We'll book in a call time. And she will like watch the whole match through with me and like pause and be like, well, you can get to here faster. You can tell this person off. You can do, like, it's just, that's great. That's how that came about, is that I wanted to get fitter, get better. I saw her nutrition coaching and I just shot my shot. I think that's a huge part of my whole journey, is that I was very, very, very much like, well, I just need to go do it. I need to shoot your shot. You just take the opportunities. So if you don't, then it's always a no.
It's funny you mentioned that, because obviously you mentioned that you've got to shoot your shot.
Yeah.
And same with Liam, when it comes down to this podcasting and like interviewing and stuff like that, no matter what you do, every person that doesn't see your messages or who doesn't reply, you will get that one person. So my big break was Jacob Fatu. I don't know who yours was, Liam, but I think since, I want to say like late last year, Liam, we had Will Kiedis on. And then it was like rolling ever since. We had Will, then we had Charlie Evans, then I think we had a little bit of a break in January, February, then started picking up, then we had Shea Cassidy on, then I had Frankie B, then Edward Dusk, then you, then Big Fudge today, Chris Gale, then we had Andrew Rose, then TJ Wild, then there's James Hartness. I probably missed someone, but it's like an Australian takeover at the moment.
Yeah, I love that. It's fantastic. It's how it should be. To be biased.
Yeah, definitely.
No, absolutely. And I love that. It's so good to hear. And just to have situations where someone turns around and goes, yeah, okay. Like with you guys, hey, like, send a message and see if it works. That's how I feel every time I like travel somewhere and go, would you like me to be part of your promotion? And they go, yeah, okay. I'm like, whoa, like it's actually happening.
Yeah, it's like me every time like I reach out for an interview. It's like, you replied. I was like, fuck yeah. Do you know what I mean? Then Adam Brooks replied. I was like, yep. Do you know what? Another one keeps coming. Yesterday we had Rocky Minero reply. I was like, yep, that's another one. Keep it coming. It's like yeah. I'm happy because we got asked earlier, like, what makes us, what's the word? No, we got asked earlier, like, our opinion on Australian wrestling scene.
Yeah.
And just the quality of the scene is just unreal. And just the production in PWA, just everyone cares. Do you know what I mean?
It's next level. And like Jack's guy behind the scenes of production is just a mastermind. Just incredible. And like, it's not just him. I shouldn't say just him, because it's absolutely not. It's everyone in PWA. And he has a whole group of team that are literal magicians as well, that do everything that I could not. But yeah, everyone cares so much. And I think it's because the attitude of Australian wrestling is always like, well, we're on an island. We're not going to get noticed unless we absolutely kill it. So it's such a good, healthy competition. And like PWA is one of my favorite locker rooms to be in because everyone is so positive and everyone just wants each other to succeed. And there's no sort of like, oh, well, this person got this opportunity and I didn't. It's always like, hell yeah, they got that opportunity. I'll be next. Like that's the attitude it is. It's not negative. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a follow-up question from that. For people obviously listening, give us a little insight to the Australian wrestling scene in your own words.
Well, I think the Aussie wrestling scene is something that has been undiscovered for a little while, but it has definitely boomed in the last, I'd say, year and a half, has even picked up even more. I think it was sort of on the rise just pre-COVID, but then coming back, I think there was such seriousness, especially to look at things like TV deals or having companies that run really regularly. It's been such a push, and I think all the talent in Australia too are more seeking training and experience and opportunities outside of Australia as well. Like you've got a whole plethora of them in Vegas right now. The guys are watching GCW plus the Bug last night, but like the Backslide girls on there, Jimmy Townsend, North Shore on there. Chevs is eating up the States right now. Frankie B is eating up the States right now. You got Lena Cross in AEW. You got Robbie over in Japan every other week. And I think that's something too we need to credit is that the trainers at PWA are next level when it comes to providing experience and training because it is people like Robbie, Jack J. Bonza, Madison Eagles that are the trainers. Like these people are just, you wouldn't want to learn from anyone else.
Yeah. There's that name again, Madison Eagles.
Yeah. We keep hearing a lot about Madison Eagles, and I've done my research and I've watched a bit of her stuff, and she is incredible.
Incredible. I wish I was around and got to referee one of her matches. I was not. But if there's ever a day she comes back, I'll be ready.
Never say never in professional wrestling. Anything could happen.
Absolutely.
That'd be good. Definitely be good. Who is some of your favorite people to like? What's the word I'm trying to look for? Who do you enjoy like reffing in a match? If that makes sense, reffing in a match. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think so. If I don't answer it right, then you can ask again.
Yeah.
I always love refereeing any sort of women's matches as well, even though we have a strong push for being just wrestlers. We're just wrestlers in matches. But I'll be biased and say I feel like the women always kill it. So I love when any of them are involved in any match. And I love a great heel faction. That can figure out just where I don't have eyes. And they take advantage of that sometimes. Like North Shore Wrestling, although like sometimes their tactics aren't great, they are fantastic to work with because they will always do the right thing in front of my face. And then Charlie Evans is incredible. Yeah, I would never, ever not want to work with her. And there's also a few people around Australia that I haven't had to or haven't gotten to work with as much that I wish I could. Matt Hayter is one of them. I've worked with him a few times in Adelaide and he's been on a few shows with me. But I just wish I could ref his matches a lot more. I don't know whether you've seen a lot of Adelaide ACW promotion stuff, but when he has he's got a faction there and they are just ridiculous. They had a Matt Hayter versus EC Brownie match and they were all involved, but they were more hindrance than help, and they were absolutely hilarious to work with.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it says obviously on your thing, significant matches, and one name which sticks out for me there is Jordan Grace. Why is that significant to yourself?
That's so significant to myself because it's Jordan Grace. Oh my god. It was wild actually, because probably about a year before I got to work with her, my partner was speaking about Jordan Grace, and they were like, "Oh, she's incredible. That she's bodybuilding. Like, you should watch her matches. You'd love her." And I watched a few of her matches. And I was like, this is incredible. She's so awesome. And then Mickey James had a show here in collaboration with OPW and Starcast called Her, or Mickey James Presents Her. And that was sort of my huge big break show when I first started wrestling. I probably had been reffing for about a year and was still super green. And Mickey James was there, and there was a whole litter of female wrestlers from all over Australia that went, and a few stars from the States as well. We had Emma, we had Lisa Revon, we had Vix Crow, we had Jordan Grace, we have Delta, which is now known as Zaria in NXT. And the main event of that show was Jordan Grace versus Delta or Zaria. And Mickey James said to me, "Oh, do you want to do the main?" And I was like, "Sure." I walked away and pretended like I was confident, even though I wasn't. But that's why that's a huge significant name for me. Is I feel like that match was so good, and I wish I could go back and do it again because it would be so much better, I feel. But that match was the first match that like really kicked off my like, holy shit, there's levels to this. There's levels to this game of like getting better and being better at being part of the whole wrestling production, because you had like in earpieces where I had Mickey James literally telling me, "Hey, they're going to a replay right now," and I was like, "Holy fuck!" Mickey James just said that in my ear. I have to pretend like I'm normal.
Was this in 2024?
Yes, I think so. Yep.
Yeah, because Shea Cassidy was there as well, weren't she? And
She
like
was.
Kingsley, because
Yeah.
I remember her mentioning that and speaking about it.
Yeah, 100%. I think any female that was on that card that weekend will speak so highly of it because it was such a great weekend.
Yeah, because Shea Cassidy and Kingsley were like the OPW Women's Champions. I think that was like one of the first titles that she won. Could
First
be
ever.
wrong. Yeah, first ever
tag champions. Yeah, yep. How cool is that?
That's incredible. I mean, she's on one of a hell of a run as well.
Absolutely. And like to see her, and she's spoken about it before, but see her flourish of her and Kingsley being the backslide girls, and then Shay now sort of being pushed to her outside of comfort zone of going as a single star. She's leaps and bounds flourished, and it's so awesome to see. And even just as a person, you can see her confidence is so much more. It's so cool.
Yeah, she can definitely captivate a room. And I mean, she's current MCW Women's Champion.
Correct. Yes.
So this year's just going to be even better for her.
Absolutely. And like a Backslide Girl reunion yesterday. We were watching Clusterfuck at our like training school here, and us there just all like, oh my god, like Backslide fucking girls like in GCW. This is insane. The crossover you never thought would happen. But I'm so glad it did.
So when did we speak to Shea, Liam? Was it January?
Give me a second. I can give you the exact date. Give me a minute.
But yeah, when we spoke to her, she was like, we mentioned Kingsley because Kingsley left about a year ago, and we was like, "Oh, when are you going to do this reunion? When are you going to do this? You need to go to Canada. You need to do this." Yeah. And then obviously now in America, we just got trained by Bailey at Lodgestone, I think, and then GCW. And I mean, I'm happy for her. I'm really happy that she's doing this and stuff like that because she deserves it, and Kingsley as well. But Shea, like, incredible.
Yeah. Yes. Kingsley, Jimmy Townsend, Ricky South. They were all three Australians that headed over to Canada, and I've been making moves over there, and it's been awesome. It was a huge blow here because obviously we're like, you guys are three amazing top talents. But to see them go over there and just continue to level up is so cool.
Mm.
And to answer your question, we spoke to Shea at the start of March.
You know, so not long ago, man.
No long at all. Moves
Wow.
so quickly.
Time flies when you're having fun, eh?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, talk me through a typical show day for a referee.
My weekday and my weekend days.
A typical show day.
So show days normally, I feel like I maybe do the least until like the very last minute when it comes to show days, because a lot of the time I'll show up to the venue, we'll do like a bit of setup, that type of thing. I'll help out where I can. But then everyone's normally very busy going through their own things and making sure they're prepared for the show. And then so the last person that needs to know is myself. So my show day will normally consist of either going up to production and going, oh, hey, is there any certain shots or angles or stories that you're working on that I want to make sure I'm out of the shot? Or I want to make sure that like the wrestlers know, oh, hey, they're going to do a shot as you leave the steel cage, showing that you're looking back over to your competitor in the ring. Like I want to make sure I know those key things. Sometimes I'll just chat with commentary and be like, oh, hey, like what match notes have you got? And then probably about an hour before we start the show, I'll make sure that I know which matches I'll be refereeing, and I go and talk to those competitors and make sure if they need anything or know anything that I need to know, that I have that under control for the day. Then it's showtime and we're on and we're on until it's over. I've had shows where I've been the only ref. Sometimes I prefer those when it comes to feeling like I'm on and ready, because I'm like, okay, yep, once we start, we're on. Sometimes I feel like if I have longer breaks between matches I'm in, I can get out of the mindset of just being ready to go. But yeah, and then once you finish show, it's pack up and get home. Oh my gosh, sometimes the Sydney shows are late because we drive about 2.5 hours home, but that's what you do. And the next day, I love having back-to-back weekends. So if we do like a Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday show, they're the best.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely hard work, eh? keeps you busy.
You got to.
So
like I said, like, you can't get better unless you do it.
that's true. The more you do, the better. The more repetitions you get and reps, the better.
Exactly.
I told you we're going to be bringing out the hard questions now, so this is where we start bringing them out.
Oh God.
So, out of all the wrestling matches that has happened probably over the last 100 years or whatever, if you could pick 3 matches, what would you want to ref and why?
Ooh. I know an easy one for me is Charlotte versus Rhea at WrestleMania. That's my favorite match of all time.
Okay.
I think that match was just incredible.
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah, like, and Charlotte coming up and her just having like the rays on her head and just like continuing and it was great wrestling. I think any other matches I'd love to do, like dream match wise, is anything with like Randy Orton, because he's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
the best. And then I'm probably more generally on people. I think I stick to people more than matches. Yeah. And then I'd say a third would be either like a Sheamus or Drew McIntyre, or like them facing each other would be awesome. I love having like huge wrestlers. So I feel like it looks some short as it looks awesome when there's 2 huge wrestlers and they're just fighting. It's sick.
Would you have loved to have done an Eddie Guerrero match?
Yes. Oh my God. Eddie Guerrero, amazing. I always look to his matches to get like inspiration of like, oh, these are spots that are really good. Okay. I love, and Chris Jericho as well. I love a Chris Jericho, like a very early Chris Jericho. Yeah. I love.
Okay. So, for people obviously who's not familiar with the Australian wrestling scene, what match or matches would you recommend them to go check out? Could be ones you've refed.
There's so many. I think go to the PWA YouTube and pick any match, honestly. But the Mickey James show with Delta versus Jordan Grace would be what I would recommend. That whole show I would suggest to watch top to bottom. It was absolutely star-studded. When it comes to Australian-based wrestlers, there's a series of matches between Robbie Eagles and the Tuckman, and I think it's a series of 3 matches. But there's a series of matches they've done, and there's storytelling in each match, but there's a overarching story about the Soul Championship in that match. And I think that's such a great one to go and watch because it'll suck you in to PWA and you'll go, okay, yeah, I've watched everything.
Okay.
Do you guys have a favorite that you've seen?
Do you know what I like at the moment, Liam?
What?
And you can probably say
Go
this. I like it how we've done 3 episodes today, and it's each different. We've done a wrestler, a commentator, and now a ref, and we're getting asked questions as well, and I like that.
I feel bad just talking all the time. Like I like it's conversation feels good.
If you have questions for us, then that's great. But my favorite match that I've seen, there's so many to name, but one that just jumps off the top of my head, it's either a Charlie Evans or Chav's match, or the Velocities versus Aussie Open a few years back.
Yes, that match is spoken about so often. So good. We need it again.
For me, it's Chevs versus Troy, last wrestler standing.
Yes, incredible.
And then the recent one is Big Fudge's title win.
Yeah, right. That was so good. I love that. Loved that.
So many, isn't there? There's just so many.
Yeah. It's good.
I'd even say any match with Robbie Eagles in it.
Yes. Yeah. He's excellent.
Oh, this is what I mean. Like when I can't speak. When we are looking at the Australian talent, it's just
hidden,
different styles, and just I've got nothing but good things to say about it. And I could go on and on and on, but I'll be like a broken record. But there's just like Robbie Eagles is just on another level. You've got Scott Green.
Yeah.
You've got Tuckman. There's just so many good people, so many good wrestlers.
There's heaps, and I love that there's so much diversity between, like you said, the styles and like the states as well. Like the states, like if you go from New South Wales to Canberra to Melbourne to Queensland. I haven't been able to go to Perth yet, so I can't speak personally on Perth, but between the states there's such a different feel of what the shows are and what wrestling is to each state, that like when we have wrestlers like filter around or go everywhere, they bring something new. And I think the Aussie crowd, although they may not be like a regular crowd, they pick up that, oh, this is something different, this is something exciting. And people like Robbie Thorpe are great for that, and like your Matt Haters, your Robbie Eagles, obviously he travels everywhere, and like your Dan Archers, they travel around, and you can just see that like they bring something a little bit different, a little bit new onto every roster they go to.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, absolutely. So we spoke obviously a lot about the wrestlers and stuff. I want to talk about the fans. How would you describe the PWA fans in your own words?
Fans are great. I mean, like they're always loud. I think there's a dedicated set of fans that come to PWA. Like there's definitely familiar faces that we see a lot of the time as well. And they're on you. You gotta be doing your job. I gotta be doing my job. But no, they're always really great, really kind. And they want to be involved. I think there's ever an opening in a match for them to get involved and for them to cheer along or boo or like say some smart thing, they will do it.
Absolutely. You can see, obviously, when you watch the show, how invested they are in the shows as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, although it may not be regular people all the time, there's enough, and again, the PWA team do enough that they recap the stories, they keep characters consistent, and they build these feuds that are so like enwrapping of the show that the crowd really invests and they go, yeah, we want to see it. Like Robbie versus Tuckman, the last time they faced each other with that match, they were so into it. Like Tuckman came out and they were ready. They were ready for him to be the champion.
Yeah. Also, I mean, yeah, we spoke to so many Australians and they've spoke very highly on PWA, like MCW, just every bit about just Australia. I've described it best as a hidden gem. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's something that as soon as people find it, like, oh yeah, this is really good. It's like, yep, we have to be. We have to be, because otherwise, if you find it, you'll never look for it again. If we're good, you'll come back.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, just a quick one. You've been told by Mike Chioda, Jessica Karr, is it right?
Jessica
yeah.
Karr.
Yeah, Jessica Karr. You've been told by a few referees in America.
Yep.
And obviously, America is like where people want to go and stuff like that. But there is a lot of refs in the UK. Is a little excursion something you might want to do? Like come to the UK?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I had a friend that I met over at the Chioda seminar, Ref Rosie. She's incredible and she works a lot of areas in the States, but she just did a tour of like the UK and did a few
I was
places
at one of
there.
the shows.
Yeah. Well, she's fantastic. And I tell you what, when she did that, I was like, I have to do that too. So hopefully stars align and I can come over. What's your suggestions? Where should I go?
I know plenty of refs, so just let me know and I'll hook you up.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I jump on any ref social media I can see. I jump on it because I love seeing other refs go places, do things, what shows they do. I think Scott Bell might be one that is in the UK.
I know
I'm
Scott.
terrible.
I know Scotty.
Yeah, I see his stuff. It looks incredible. Ref Katie is another one.
Oh,
as
fucking
well.
hell.
I know her.
Like, and there's a Ref Lilith. My geography is really terrible. These people aren't there. But
Rich Swift.
yes, Rich Swift. Yes.
Stu Grimshaw.
What's that?
Stu Grimshaw, if I said his name right,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think yep. But I follow these people because I'm like, I want to see them do really cool things. And I'm like, if I get to meet these people one day, that'll be icing on the cake. So like Ref Katie, Scott Bell, like absolutely.
I messaged him after this because I obviously talked to these two.
I love that. It's great.
That'll be good. Who knows? Maybe this year or next year. Well,
Maybe
touch wood this year.
This year would be great. We've got time.
August.
Oh, I hope. I know the Velocities are heading back to the UK. There'll be
July.
Yeah. So and they are two lovely people and incredible at what they're at. So if I could pick their brain of where to go and what to do, I definitely will.
Definitely. I don't know how long they're over here for, but I think it's a few weeks maybe, or a week or two. Could be wrong. But I know they're definitely heading to Progress.
Yeah, absolutely. As they should.
Yeah, definitely. Probably one of the best tag teams in the world.
Yeah. And they're so, oh my God, they're so good in just psychologically of what they do as well in a match. And they're so quick. Yeah. Oh my God. I think they're some of the best people that if you're learning to be a referee, get in a match with the Velocities and let them run around because you will learn to move.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. One Breezy, I ain't got a question. I mean, I'm too busy smiling from the previous question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I asked that question then. What does Rach like to do in a spare time that's other than wrestling? How do you like to breathe?
Oh, well, I'm a horse girl, so I've got a paint quarter horse, and I take her out for a ride every now and again. I love painting as well. Not that I'm good at it. I've got some behind me, but like I just like putting colors on a page. Really mellows me down. And reading too, so I'm a bit of a nerd, bit of an indoor person, and going to the gym, something as well. I'm probably a lot more regular with that compared to my horse riding and painting. I probably do that like once a month. But yeah, sort of
Awesome.
what I like to do outside of wrestling.
I
And
like
travel. I'm going to do that more, but normally I travel for wrestling, so it's like.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that'll be good.
Yeah, I've got a follow-up question for that. So do you get time to yourself then, or are you always busy?
I like being busy. It keeps me out of trouble.
Yeah, I like that as well. Best
Yeah.
answer you could probably give.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay. Quick answer.
So what we have started to do is like a little A and B questions, and then the next question, what we'll give after is like describe the perfect. I'm not saying describe the perfect wrestler, but if I say, for example, strength, and you said caveman hug, for example,
Yeah.
that's what you'll give. So
Ooh.
A or B questions. So Maldives or Hawaii?
Ooh. Probably Hawaii.
Okay.
Jordan Grace or Zaria?
Oh, no. Ah. Probably Zaria. That hurts to make a choice.
Yeah. Mike Chioda or Jessica?
Oh, you bet me.
Jess.
Yeah.
I love you, Chioda, but Jess is my girl.
Are you a text person or a call person?
Text. I will text back very quickly. I will delay a call back for days.
You do text quite quick, to be honest. I can vouch for that. Are you a morning or a night person?
Night usually, unless I've got things to do, and I'm a morning person because my brain won't stop.
I'm gonna say it's 7:15 for you now, isn't
Yeah.
it? Morning person.
Yeah.
Are you an organized? Sorry, very good. Are you an organized person or a messy person?
Usually pretty organized. I'm quite like, even my like ref bag with my gear, I'll like pack it a certain way. It's like a little bit finicky. So like if I forget shit, I'll be annoyed at myself. So organized.
Okay. America or the UK?
Oh, so I haven't done the UK yet, so I have to pick the UK.
Okay, I like that.
A night in or night out?
Oh, probably a night out, to be honest. Like I love a good night in, but like a night out has so many possibilities.
Okay.
I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Android or iPhone?
Oh, iPhone.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
No more from me.
Dogs or cats?
Oh, dogs. But I do like my cat. He's super cuddly, but dogs, you can't beat them.
That's true. Sydney or Brisbane?
Oh, Sydney. Just funny because I'm a Queensland originally girl, but Sydney. There's so much more here.
Yeah. Pineapple on a pizza or not?
Oh, yes. Pineapple, 100%. Oh, no, you guys disagree.
No.
I don't mind it. I'm not going to lie.
Okay,
Liam,
good.
we'll be having words after.
Okay, sure. Look, I didn't get it while I was in New York. I withheld. I was like, I'll just get cheese.
Best safe option, isn't it? Safe option.
Yeah.
That's it. And then Liam's going to take you over to the new thing that we've been doing.
Yep. So what we've got a category, and then you're going to say one person from the Australian wrestling scene. You can only use that person once, so you can't say them twice. Does that make sense?
Oh gosh, yep. Watch
So
me just
first
blank on every single Australian name I know.
Okay. So
Yeah.
first one is we've already said it. Strength.
Ooh. Strength. Probably like an EC Brownie or like a Jack Bonza.
Okay.
Because they will just pick up and throw around people like they're nothing.
Okay. Speed.
Velocities, I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Charisma.
Ooh. I think if you're looking for like a really great face charisma, it's someone like Shea Cassidy. Or I think heel charisma wise, I lean towards Charlie Evans. I need to stop saying two people because I can't use them again. Okay.
Just pick one of them then. While you're off.
Pick one.
Who you got? Charlie or Shea?
Shay.
Okay. So the next one is technical ability.
Ooh. Probably Robbie Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about high flying ability?
You said Robbie and the Velocity, so that's out.
Yeah. Rita Stone. Rita Stone will fly around like no tomorrow.
Okay. Who can captivate an audience?
Ooh. I'm going to pull back someone that I took away before. Charlie Evans.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Who's good on the mic?
Ooh. I really like Aaron Jake. He is great at being able to like deliver his points, and you're like, oh, he means that, like 100%.
Okay. Who is underrated?
I don't know whether underrated's the right word, but Big Fudge, like he's our champion, so he shouldn't be underrated. But I think there's always an element to him where people are like, "Ah, he won't win, or like he won't get that, but he does, and he gets it, and it gets over, and it's fantastic.
Okay. What about the entrance? Who's got the best entrance?
The redheads against negative ginger abuse. I'm gonna spin that and say that I didn't say them earlier because they're saying them as a faction. I think their entrance is really cool because they're always a powerful faction, and you can hear the audience. That's something I really enjoy. You can hear the audience go, ooh, as they walk out, and that's even on like we'll do smaller pop-up shows at like viral food festivals where we're literally in like a little gazebo and just have a ring next to it, and it'll just be outside or wherever. And the redheads against negative ginger abuse, which will be Jack J. Bonza, EC Brownie, sometimes Digby as well. They walk out and the crowd go, ooh, and it's that impression of these are wrestlers. These are big dudes that beat people up.
Okay. Who's got the best?
Sorry, a little
Yeah.
sidebar. A little sidebar. Katie's just messaging me saying, "Oh, that's so nice. What a gem."
Aw. It's so sweet.
Oh, yeah. Who's got the best ring gear?
Ooh. I have a group in mind, but I want to save them because I feel like you might ask something else that they would fit. Ring gear. Jess Troy always kills it. she always comes out and her mum makes it. It's insane. Do you guys know that? Her mum makes her stuff.
Found out
It's
earlier.
incredible.
Budge told us.
Yeah. See, it's a talking factor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What about storytelling?
Storytelling. I'm glad I say these guys because I think North Shore Wrestling do it well. They always, even if it's like one of them individually, they'll always do some sort of storytelling with their matches or overarching on a show. They'll do some sort of storytelling. I really enjoy them.
Okay. Who's a good face?
A good face. God, I've used a lot of people.
Coming towards the end now.
Yeah, we definitely are. Oh, there's another lady on our roster who's sort of up and coming. You may not have seen a lot of her stuff just yet, but you won't miss her. It's Melissa Averillo, and she sometimes does heel, but I think that she does face work really great as well, and I love when she's face.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm going to say it anyway. Who makes a good heel?
Oh, what makes a good heel? Or
Yep.
who?
Oh, who?
What? I think a good heel is really smart about what they do. They take opportunities when they see them, and I think a good heel is really relentless as well. They push the rules as much as they can. They make me work hard, heels. they challenge most of my counts. They'll use the time outside of the ring. If they get annoyed, they'll either threaten or they hit me, which is ridiculous, and then they take advantage. So I think that makes a good heel, is that they understand where they can bend and stretch the rules.
Okay.
Have you basically just described North Shore?
Those guys. Yep. Probably. Each one of them can probably fit that mold, and then they just bring it all together, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like, good luck to anyone handling them. They're in the. I just don't know whether you saw, like, you would have seen them face those dinosaurs yesterday, and like, I thought maybe there was someone that could have it over them, but they couldn't either. So
they are definitely unbelievable characters, and just they can captivate an audience as well. They can generate heat as well.
Everywhere. And like, you have to credit Jack Osborne. He's one of the newest members of North Shore Wrestling. He's Sam's little brother, and didn't he make an entrance into PWA? Like, he burst onto like a Black Label show and has essentially been running with it since.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Who is the best all round?
Ooh. I think Charlie Evans, to be honest.
You said it.
But
you said it.
I said it. No. Best all round.
This is where you're gonna think now. Who have I said?
Yeah, there's people. Maybe the Tuckman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think again, like, that captivating of the audience, he really does pull that.
Yeah, definitely does. And that him and Scott Green, that can, you put that into any arena and you're gonna get that going.
Exactly. Tony Khan did, and that's because he saw Coliseum at the Metro Theatre the night before, and maybe it's not my story to tell, and it's something I would definitely suggest to talk to Tucky about. But Tony Khan must have saw that interaction with the crowd and gone, we need that, and he made it happen.
Definitely. But yeah, I'm finished. I don't know if you got any more, Liam.
I've got no further questions.
Sweating.
So yeah. So we got the final two questions. Who's your Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling?
Oh, I think Charlotte, Rhea, Brandy, Drew, and like an early Chris Jericho would be mine.
Okay, that's a fascinating one. Yeah.
What about you guys? What about you guys? So,
Oh, I'll be here all day. I'll be here all night. I'll be changing it every 10 minutes.
I feel like mine would change every week. Like if you ask me next week, I'd be like, oh, these people.
Yeah.
For me, Jeff Hardy,
Yep.
AJ Styles,
Oh,
so many, and it depends what you like. Batista, I'd say Batista in like the SmackDown era.
yeah.
I loved him.
Yep.
CM Punk.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But if we're on about active wrestlers, I know some of them are still active. I'd throw in Ospreay.
Zach.
Yeah. Ospreay, Hayabusa.
Yep.
But obviously the old one. He's not fighting no more, to be honest. But yeah. Hayabusa, Hardy, Styles, and Batista.
Yep.
So for me, Undertaker's got to be up there straight away. Do you know what I mean? Look what he's done, you know, for the whole. John Cena, do you know what I mean? Look at what each defining era. You can't know. I mean, it's got to be John Cena.
Yeah.
I want to put a female in there, but I'm just trying to think who, and I'm not mean that in a negative way. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to think like a female Joe, like defined like wrestling.
Yep.
If you're saying females, you've either got to put like China up there. You've got to put like
Ivory.
China, Trish, or Lita.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to say Lita, you know what I mean? Because I feel like she did a little bit more. I'm going to put a tag team, and you put Jeff. I'm going to put the Hardy Boys on as a duo because I feel like they really did a tag team. Sorry, that's mine.
Love it.
I like that. Liam?
Nothing further from me.
Inspirational message, Rach. What's yours going to be?
I think I always love the quote of hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And like it's a weird one that I love in the sense of looking at it from an Aussie wrestling point of view, because everyone in Aussie wrestling works hard. So it's kind of like but it's something I've grown up with my whole life of like, hey, you may not be the best at something when you first start out, but like if you just work real fucking hard, you're going to be better than when you started. So, and don't you want to be better at something? So that's one of my favorite quotes.
I like that one.
Love it. Love it. As we begin to wind down, Rach, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Well, definitely I'd love to plug the upcoming PWA show. What was it, the 29th of May? That's Liberty Hall. Yeah, that's it. Got that one coming up, but there's a heap of shows out, so check out their YouTube definitely. But there's more shows based here in Sydney and other companies to check out as well, such as Newcastle Pro Wrestling. That's my local one. We do get some of our shows broadcast live. That's our City Hall shows too. And then another few companies I'd love to shout out is Slam Pro Wrestling. They put everything up on YouTube as well. Pacifica does too. IWA is one of the longest running companies in Australia as well, and we just had a banger of a show at a beautiful venue called Drifters Wharf here, and I've got the live footage of that, and I hope they put it up on YouTube because it was a great show. All the matches top to bottom were fantastic. And oh my gosh, I want to make sure that I'm talking about everyone that I can think of. And I also really want to shout out my fellow female referee here in Australia, Ref Hannah. So So if you have a chance, go and check out her and chat with her.
Sure, we can get Hannah on, hopefully.
Yeah. Reach
Put in a
out.
word, maybe.
Yep. And Integrity as well. Integrity is another Sydney-based promotion, and they use talent from all across Sydney and the state, and they just had a banger show the other weekend that's just gone live on YouTube. So check out Integrity.
Awesome. Well, on behalf of me, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, and we will definitely do what we said before we came on for the
Yes.
at the end of definitely. But yeah, thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate your time, Liam.
No, thanks so much.
Rach, it's always an absolute pleasure to chat to a ref. I mean, I like I said, I've chatted to so many, so thank you. I've been on the list.
Great. No, thank you both so much. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. Take care.